Have you ever felt like you're stuck on a financial hamster wheel? I mean, you work so hard, you manage to save a little bit, you feel like you're finally getting ahead, and then bam, life happens. And just like that, you're right back at square one. It's this incredibly common frustration, and believe it or not, there's a fascinating psychological reason it happens. Oh man, this just captures that feeling perfectly, doesn't it? You get that tiny little win, that moment of pride where you think, okay, I'm doing it, only to have some random expense just completely wipe it off the map. It is so deflating. Yeah, I'm going to go out on a limb and say it does. For most of us, this isn't just some abstract idea. It's the frustrating day-to-day reality of trying to get your feet on solid ground. In fact, there's a perfect name for this stage of the game. We call it financial whack-a-mole. You know the game, right? You smack one problem down and another one immediately pops up somewhere else. It feels like you're constantly busy but never actually making any progress. And the reason it feels like a game you can't win is because in these early stages, your money isn't really a tool for building a future. It's not a sword you can use to go conquer your goals. Nope, it has one job and one job only: to be a shield. Right now, you're just playing financial defense. And that brings us to this key idea of defensive savings. So let's be super clear. This is not your dream vacation fund. This is not your down payment on a house fund. Its only job is to be a buffer, to stop a bad situation from spiraling into a total catastrophe. It's there to take the hits that life throws at you. And boy, do those hits feel like they just keep coming. One day, it's an emergency trip to the vet. The next, you hear that dreaded drip, drip, drip from a leaky faucet that you know is about to become a major plumbing valve. And just when you think you're finally in the clear, a tooth starts to throb and suddenly you're staring down some emergency dental work. And just like that, poof, the money's gone. Now, you didn't do anything wrong. Your defensive shield did its job, but it still feels like you're completely stuck in place, doesn't it? Okay, but here is the most important part of this whole thing. That feeling, it doesn't last forever. There is a turning point. There's a very specific line in the sand where the rules of the entire game change. And that turning point is $10,000. Now, this isn't just a number. It's this incredibly powerful psychological barrier. Once you cross this line, something really fundamental shifts. Because once you have that solid $10,000 defensive shield, you are no longer just reacting to life's emergencies. You get to stop playing defense, and maybe, for the very first time, you get to start playing financial offense. Your money finally gets to work for you. I mean, just think about the difference for a second. When you're on defense, you're constantly reacting, living with that low-grade stress of what's going to go wrong next. But when you're on offense, whoa, now you can actually look for opportunities. You can think about investing. You get a real sense of control, and maybe the most important thing of all, you get to have choices. And that feeling of choice leads to the biggest payoff of all. And it's a reward that has nothing to do with interest rates or investment returns. The most profound change happens right between your ears. It is a fundamental change in your identity. Because when you break through that barrier, you fundamentally change how you see yourself and how you see your relationship with money. This right here, this is the whole game. Before, you were someone who was trying to save. The effort was there, sure, but the identity wasn't. After you build that foundation, you just are a saver. It becomes part of who you are. And let me tell you, that belief in yourself is infinitely more powerful than any dollar amount in a bank account. So look, if you are stuck in that whack-a-mole stage right now, please hear this. It is normal and it is necessary. Your only goal is to build that defensive fund. Getting to that $10,000 mark isn't just about the money. It's the psychological victory that gives you permission to finally start building the life you actually want. Which really just leaves us with one last, really empowering question. Once you've built that shield and you are finally ready to go on offense, what's your first play? What's the first move you're going to make? The possibilities? Well, they're finally yours to decide.